Hola and welcome to Lindita's Kitchen. This episode is going to be epic. And you know why? Because I'm going to show you how to make my hatch green chili casserole. I know, right? And it is going to be so tasty, and I know it because Ian's already had it and he loves it. Yeah! And you're going to love it too. So we're going to get started with our roasted green chilies. And I'm telling you, if you don't have green chilies at your location, you can use a can of the green chili. You know, it's 27 ounces, and it's the whole. That's what you want. Just drain it, and you just cut them up in slices because we're going to put them in a casserole dish, okay? So what I'm going to start with is 3 cups of the fresh green chili, and it's beautiful. And I want to just give a shout out to my son, my producer, my director, my everything, Ian. He actually cleaned a bushel of green chilies, and I just want to say thank you, mijo. Man, it just tastes a little bit better when somebody else also does it for you. But you're going to make this. You're going to learn how to do this. So we have 3 cups of the fresh green chilies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add Linditas. It's got a little kick to it, but it's not that bad, really, because we're going to be doing a little blend here, and we're going to give it a little crunch. So you're going to have to stick around and see what that's all about, right? So I'm going to open up 1 package of Linditas salsa mix, and you can use, for those that really like it hot, like I know, like my Joanne over there, she's a hot girl. Go ahead, Joanne, you can add that. But I'm going to go ahead and add the mild. And I've split them up because we want to get them in the, we're going to mix it. I'm going to add this right to it as well. So I'm just going to add all my ingredients. Yes, just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just add this to the top. And we're going to mix it because we want it to kind of get into the chiles. And it gives it a little love, Lindita's love. This is a great recipe for you and your family. So we're going to go ahead and just add all this together. And we're going to let this sit for a little bit while we get all the rest of the recipe together for you. Okay? So you can use your fingers. I'm using a fork right now, but that's okay. We're going to blend this up like that. Set this aside. I just got a little bit on my fingers here, so I'm just going to rinse it off. Okay, so we're going to set this over here. Let it set room temperature. And then for the cheese, I'm actually using, you know, it's the quesadilla cheese. You can use a Monterey Jack or, you know, a white cheese. And I like to use the fresh cheese. And of course, I'm actually using a cheddar, a sharp cheddar. You can use Colby, you can use whatever you like, you know. So I'm going to start with this, and it's about a half a pound of each. Okay, so we'll get started on this. And the quesadilla cheese, ooh, you know, it's a block of cheese that I get. I got pretty much all my ingredients at this new location. It's called La Estación, and it's an international market that just came up here in it's in Aurora on Tower and Quincy, and it's also, I think, Centennial too. It's also part of that. So you know, pick up all your ingredients there, and you can also get Linditas too. Just want to say. So I got all my ingredients there, and it's, like I said, international. So there's a taste of everything. And it's a beautiful store. So Ian and I are going to be going over there and making a little visit. And they have a restaurant. Oh my goodness. It's pretty cool. You'll love it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish doing this, and then I'm going to add this all together. Okay? So I'll keep shredding it. Okay, so I just got done shredding my cheese. I'm setting this aside right now. And for this, we're separating the whites and the yolks, okay? So you're gonna need 4 eggs, and I'm using the large egg. So what you want to do is just separate the whites, just like this. I know, I'm not the best baker, but you know, it's all going to go together really well. Okay, so we're going to drop this baby in there, just like that. Gonna put this over here and wash my hands a little bit. A little yolk on there. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of the all-purpose flour. Okay, so we're gonna sprinkle this in, right in, and then 1 cup of milk is the whole milk. I see. Perfect. And then a pinch of the salt and pepper. And you know I love my pepper. So we're gonna go ahead and just sprinkle that in. And then we're gonna whisk this. What you wanna do is you wanna break this all up, and it's gonna go really smooth. So we'll be, woo, this is when you go to town. Let's get all together. And it goes really nice and smooth. Yep. Perfect. That's what you want. It's nice and clear. See? So it's all blended together. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and take our mixer, and we're going to just mix this up. And we're going to get into like a nice fluffy mixture. You'll see what I'm talking about here. I'm going to go really low. And it's going to really get fluffy here. I'd say go about 2 minutes. Whoa. Well, it's been about 2 minutes. And this is the consistency that you want. Just like this. Okay? Let me just go. Voila. Okay, put this aside. And now what we want to do is just fold this in to the yolk. Okay, so now I'm going to dump this in here. I'm going to fold it in. Just takes a little time and patience, that's all. So we're going to clear that up. I see. Perfect. Just a little liquid down there. Just want to mix it up a little bit. It's going to get nice and fluffy when you put it in your casserole dish too. So, okay. So we're going to set this aside, and I'm going to get my casserole dish and get it ready to fill it all up. All right, so hang in there. I preheated my oven, just to let you know, at 350. So that's been warming up right now. And let's get started and do our little layering part. My chiles, they are done, ready to go into the skillet. And this is a 9 by 13. And what we want to do is first add a little bit of oil, you know, and you can use, you know, your favorite cooking oil. You know, so I'm just going to put a little dab will do ya. Remember that commercial? Ian? No? Okay, so we're going to just rub it around. Just like that, so it won't really stick too bad. Okay, and I'm just going to put this over here. And then now I'm going to add my chiles. And what you want to do is, you know, you open them up, you know, kind of like lay them on your casserole dish. Okay, oh yeah. Here, I'm going to just keep layering up side by side, or putting them on side by side. Oh, the aromas, I say that, but the aromas are incredible, right, Ian? Yeah. Okay, so, and this is, 3 cups, like I said, and I'm going to use about 1.5 cups per layer, so perfect. And if you have a little extra, it never hurts. Okay? And so now the next part is that you want to add your chicken. And what I did is I already prepared it earlier for you. I cooked it up, and it's about 2 cups, so 10 to 12 ounces of like chicken breast or the cutlets if you want. But if you're vegetarian, this is a perfect dish for you. You don't have to add any meat, and it is delicious. Because when I play with my recipes and I do this, I love it. I love it all. So give it a shot if you want to do that. So now the next step is we're going to add our chicken. Like I said, I've already gone ahead and shredded it. So we're going to go ahead and just add half. It's about 1 cup. It's all going to go together, so just to show you. I know. Perfect. Okay, so now I want to add a little bit more there because I love my chicken. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some cheese. So a nice little layer of cheese. Wow. You may not have to use all of it either, but I'm telling you, it is when you do the cheesy part, I know. And when you buy it processed already, like in the store, they're actually smaller increments for some reason because it's like really, you want to get the fresh stuff. That's all I got to say. So we're going to add a nice little layer. Now again, we're going to start layering it up again. Los chiles. And again, Ian, thank you so much. He could give us a little demonstration. Would you like to do that, Ian? He's like, no. His back was kind of getting him. It is a little work, but it's all worth it. It really is, because I get a bushel, and I have so many other recipes I'm going to share with you too, that I've shared, and I'm going to share more with you. So we'll go like this. Ay, ay, ay. It's almost down to the bottom here. Oh, perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and add our chicken. And I have a little side dish that goes with this as well, so hang in there. It's all worth it. I'll tell you what. See? And then the rest of our cheese. And if it's too much cheese for you, just cut back. I love our cheese, so what can I say? Oh. Hi. Ooh la la. Toss that in there. Now, the last part is we're going to put our egg mixture, and we're going to cover this up. I'm going to stir it up a little bit more. It's been sitting for a little bit, and that's all we want. We want the mixture to just cover the whole casserole. And then I'll smooth it out a little bit, as you'll see. So we're going to just go right through. Okay, see? Let's get all of it. Now we're gonna just spread it. And it's gonna seep into the casserole, the meat and everything. So we're gonna let this sit about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, and just let it calm down a little bit. And then we'll toss it in the oven. We'll cover it. Let's see. Perfect. Whoop, get a little corner over here. Okay. And these little chips, you'll see what I'm gonna do with them after. Okay, so we're gonna hang on tight. All right, I'll put this all away. We're gonna let this sit and then we're gonna toss it in the oven. All right, for a good hour. Oh, it's been resting and it's ready to go. I've gone ahead and foiled this. And the oven is set at 350, so we're gonna toss it in for an hour. And then we'll get started on our next recipe. Yes, just wait, it's gonna be good. Okay, so now we're ready for our Mexican street corn salad. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of your butter. So we're gonna let that melt down. Yeah, sizzle, sizzle. And I'm just using my regular butter, stick of butter. You don't want it to burn. So we're gonna just dance with it. Na, 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 na. My son is giving me the eyes. He's got beautiful eyes. Okay, now that it's melted, we're gonna add fresh corn, and I did 4 corn on the cob. So we're gonna just add that in. And if you want to use the canned corn, it's gonna take about 3 cans of corn. It's like 15 ounces, the average, yeah. And if you want more corn, of course, go ahead and add it. So we're gonna stir this up a little bit, okay? And we're gonna cook this for like 12 to 15 minutes. You wanna kind of caramelize this, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients, okay? So let's let it cook up. It's on a medium heat. Okay, this looks wonderful. As you can see, it's been popping a little bit, but it's nice and charred. And this is the look that you want. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and add, now we're gonna add our mayonnaise to this. Mayonnaise, and I use the real mayonnaise. It really does taste a little bit better. The real mayonnaise, so you use 1/4 cup. So we're gonna add that in. Let's see. And then 1/4 cup of the cojilla cheese. And it's already, I did break it up, so you can buy it in a chunk and just break it up with your fingers, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and add this in there as well. Pump, pump. Okay, and let's lower the heat on this down to like a low. Now that everything is charred, we just want this to cook thoroughly, okay? Gonna mix this all up. Now it's nice and low. Perfect time to add our lime juice. So I'm using 1 lime. And make sure you roll it too before you add it. You know, when you squeeze it, because you want it to get nice and loose. Okay, so we're gonna add 1 lime. Nice sizzle. Yeah. Okay, I'll set this over here. Now we're gonna go ahead and add, well, let me stir it up a little bit here. Now I'm gonna do 1 clove, and you want a nice size, you know, just like that. Okay, so 1 size. So it's like a, not quite small, but perfect. Okay, and I'm gonna use my knife for this. I just chopped up my my cilantro. So let's do that. Let's mix it all in there. And a half a teaspoon of the chili powder. Let it dance. Woohoo! Nice flavors. Perfect. And 2 tablespoons of your cilantro. And while the casserole is baking, I went ahead and chopped up my cilantro for you. So I just used 2 tablespoons about. Okay. Let that cook in. It's beautiful. Tastes so good. Just wait in. I'm gonna love this. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off the heat, and we're gonna wait for our casserole to get done. All right, and then we'll serve it up. Okay, let's check this out. I think it's ready. It's been an hour. Whoa, whoa, that looks beautiful. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna close this up for a minute. Remember I talked about the chips that I had on the side? See, because you can just put this back in and just brown it like that for another 10 minutes. But because we're chip people and we're sauce people and Lindita seasonings, what we do is we're gonna go ahead and crunch it up a little bit more. And I took about a couple handfuls. And this is just gonna give it that little nice crunch at the end. Ooh, okay. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just throw a little bit on here first. Just sprinkle it all over. I add some cheese. And I did, when I was doing my shredding, I just added about another cup, of cheese, the mixture of cheese. All right, and then, let's see, I like to cover it up. I might do that a little bit more. So I'm gonna add my cheese. It's gonna melt in there. Ooh. We're gonna go ahead and just add not the remainder, it's just a little bit, or add as much as you want. I'm gonna take that big chunk out. Oops. I add a little bit more chips, because we love our chips. Right, Ian?
Right. Like a crunchy.
That's right, darling. Okay, I think that looks pretty darn good. What do you think, honey? Yeah. Poquito más? Nah, I think that's perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and toss it back in for another 10 minutes or until it's golden brown, and we'll check it out. Okay, so I'm gonna crack this open. And toss it in. For 10 minutes. Set the timer, Ian. Woo. Welcome back, mis amigos. Check this out. How beautiful it looks, and not just that, it tastes wonderful. You can even have this for breakfast. Oh, and the corn salad, yum, yum, yum. Oh my gosh, and you got all these little fixings that you can just throw on there as well to make it, to your taste. And of course, I just want to say a little shout out to my cousin Rich for this beautiful cutting board. Thank you, Rich. It's beautiful. I'm scared to cut on it, but anyway, it's here, and thank you so much. And of course, La Estación, the market, the international market. Check them out. And they're also on our credits at the end of our show. Okay, so please check them out. Lindita's is there as well. For this recipe and all the rest, just go to our website. Until then, mis amigos, salud and enjoy.